Good morning, good afternoon, or should I rather say good night. Yes, I am juggling nights, but that has nothing to do with the topic of today's video. Today's video is about get-readies, and I don't mean the get-readies for your date. No, I mean get-readies for your double lift in your perfect card routine. And therefore we're gonna learn something about how to get into a pinky break. And first of all, let's answer the question, what even is a pinky break? And although this kind of is a pinky break, it's not exactly what I'm talking about. This is a pinky break. A pinky break is a break that you can hold in a deck of playing cards before you, for example, do a double lift where you flip over 2 cards. And how to get into the pinky break without the spectator noticing is the topic of today's video. And if you say, I already know how to get in a pinky break and my pinky break is perfect, then you can skip this video and jump right into the next tutorial for how to perform a double lift, or basically 3 different ways how to do a double lift. And therefore just click, I think it's up here, and I will see you in that video. But now let's get into 3 easy get-readies for your perfect pinky break. So let's talk about how you can get in this position with either 1 card on top, 2 cards on top, 3 cards, or how many ever cards you like. And there are 3 simple ways that I use. I know there are way more ways to do it, but these are my top 3 ways to get into a pinky break with exactly how many cards or many cards you like. And yeah, let's start with the first one, and by far the easiest one, the thumb count. So the thumb count is a quite easy way to get into a pinky break. It looks like this, and when performed correctly, the spectator won't notice. Also in this video, I'm always going to teach you how to do it with 2 cards. If you want to do more than 2 in most of these ways, it's quite simple and self-explaining how to get into more than 2 cards. But yeah, I might talk about that in another video as well. So let's say you want to perform a thumb count. Here's the basic technique. What you want to do is hold your cards in dealer's grip, so index finger on top, 3 fingers on the side, and thumb lining up on this side, all right? Hold it in your off hand. For me, that's my right hand. For you, that might be the left hand, but yeah, use whichever hand you prefer. And then try to bend a little bit down, all right? So you're gonna use that thumb and bend a little on the top edge. Also, hold a little bit pressure here and here, so you have a really tight grip on that deck, and bend a little down. What you're now gonna do might take a little practice. You wanna practice dribbling off these cards one by one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So really get into that one by one, dribbling the cards off, all right? So you really wanna have the control with your thumb. And that is maybe a little harder than it looks, but trust me, it's not that hard. All right, so you can easily learn that within 10 minutes. And then you should be able to count off 1, 2 cards. What you're then gonna do is bring the rest back. So basically that's how I do it. Dribble off 2 cards, bring the rest back, connect with the top of your thumb onto here. So in extreme it will look like this. Bring rest back, hold a little break, connect with your thumb, and then press. And what that does is that you have this gap. And this is quite visible for the spectator, obviously, but when you practice it that more, then the gap will get smaller and smaller, and it will basically get easier. Also with the angle, you can do like a wrist kill or something, so they won't even see that. All right, so you have this gap. Now you want to use your index finger, put it into the middle, bring the thumb on top, so hold the break, bring the thumb on top, and then basically release these 2 fingers, or 1 finger either, release. And then you have transferred the gap to this side, and now you can stick in your pinky like this, all right? Also, you can close this gap, and then you're into your regular pinky break. Once again, what you can do with this pinky break, I will explain that in a different video, which will come next on this channel, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on it. And it's really great. It's basically the fundamental of many magic card tricks, and you really want to get that down if you want to get into card magic. Once again, count off, push to the side, index finger in, thumb on top, transfer to the side, and pinky in. All right, and when you practice that enough, it will get really fluent and the spectator won't even notice. Also, what you can do is look on your angles, so you don't want to have the spectator on this eye level so they see exactly this. You want to have them look from a little bit from the top, for example, so they won't see this gap and won't see really what's going on, right? Or what you can also do in this moment, explain something, misdirect the spectator, count down, and then wrist kill, for example. Yeah, so you don't want the spectators to see that gap, but there is a chance that they might see it, and that's why the other two methods that I'm now going to explain to you exist. So yeah, let's go over these, but this is basically the most simple way to do a get ready for a double lift is the thumb count. So let's talk about a related brother of the thumb count. It's the pinky count. And the pinky count is basically a lot faster and safer than the thumb count, but also a lot harder. So that's at least what I found, because it took me around a year or so until I could do the pinky count, and even now it's not 100% safe because yeah, sometimes I count too many cards down. And yeah, but the positive side on the pinky count is that you have the count already on your pinky and you can just stick your finger in, and from the front it looks absolutely 100% invisible to the spectator. So just like that, I did it. And so here's how the pinky count is done. Let's get to the side angle. Once again, we start in dealer's grip, and this time we want to get a bend again, so push down with your thumb, but also connect your pinky to this edge, all right? And then you want to push down, and that's what might take some people a long time to learn. You want to be able to release one card, once again, one card at a time, so you can count down as many cards as you like. So for example, you know the spectator card is at the 5th position of the deck. You want to be able to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and then later you do a double lift or a 5-card lift, and then you have the spectator card on top. So that's, for example, one reason why you want to learn this. And from the front, the spectator will never see this. And yeah, but it is quite hard. So it's basically only practicing. So there is no secret technique really to this. It's just brutal, hard practice. And don't get frustrated if you don't get it. Like I said, it took me around 1 year until I could do it properly. And even now, sometimes a little flimsy. But yeah. So yeah, push down, count your 2 cards, stick your pinky in, or basically, also don't, when you do a pinky count or a pinky break, don't stick your pinky in like this, because I mean, everyone can see that, and I see many people doing this still. Just this little top of your finger, that's already enough, all right? So that's enough to hold the break for an eternity, and no one will see it from top. But don't do stuff like this. That's just really, really obvious, and you can even see it from the side and from this side too, so please don't do that. Yeah, and that's basically the pinky count. Might take a little bit longer to learn just because the pinky is not as sensitive as the thumb, and you cannot count as easy, but if you put a little time in it, you will get that down. So let's talk about the third and my go-to way of preparing for a pinky count. And as I said that, I already did it, and I did a triple lift there. So these 2 cards are not it, this one was it. And yeah, this is really my go-to way because for me it works best. I could learn it the easiest, and it works really 100% of the time. And if you put a little time in it and perform it a lot, then you will get really, really freaking good at it. For example, this was a double lift as well. So the way that I'm presenting to you, I put in a little bit of my own knowledge and evolved it myself. So yeah, it is obviously not my technique, and I've seen it somewhere, and just put my own influence in it and my own little style to it. So I will teach it to you how I do it. There might be people who do it in a different way, not like the pinky and the thumb count, that's always done the same, but this one, yeah, it might be a little bit different. What it is counting down 2 cards by doing this motion that I just made. So it's basically riffling down and stopping at exactly 2 cards, or actually the amount of cards that you like. And then also some misdirection by doing it on front as well, so the spectator has no clue. All right, so this is the way I like to do it, and it looks as if you were just like having the cards, and when you talk about something and just doing this, it looks as if you were just doing like a cardistry fishy thing, like you're the card magician, you're always doing something with your cards, and you will never stand still just like that, and you will always, you know how it is. Card magicians always do something with their cards when they're standing there and talking. So yeah, you're doing that too, and this is like one of the things that you could do, like just riffle through the cards, or you could basically prove, yes, and every card right here is different, and you are also ready for your double lift. All right, so that's what I enjoy about it, and here's how the technique works. Once again, it has nothing to do with a really great secret. It's basically just try and error. So it's just learning how to do it. And yeah, it's just practice, practice, practice. So here's the way I perform it. Dealer's grip, once again, come over with your offhand like this. And then you first off want to practice just riffling through the cards and get a feeling for your cards. If they're a little bit more worn out, they're a little softer. If they're newer, they are harder. So yeah, it's really always a little bit different. And then what you want to do is angle the card slightly to the back like this. That will make it a lot easier than if you have it like this. You can't riffle that precisely. So yeah, get them a little bit on an angle like this. Not as extreme as I'm showing it to you, but that's just for showing it to you for these purposes. So what you want to do then, bring on your thumb, riffle through, and just basically stop at 2 cards. It seems a little bit weird, but what you can also do to start off is just grab 1 card with your thumb, so you get the feel for 1 card, and then take 1 card, take 2 cards. All right, just like this. And then you want to start immediately taking 2 cards. And what you can do when you fail this, you can go back to this, because this is also super unobvious. Just take 1 card, go a little bit back, take the 2nd card. That's super easy too. But if you can do the riffle and stop at exactly 2 cards, that's like the non plus ultra. This is like really great. All right. So that's at least what I think. Riffle through, stop at 2 cards, just like that, and then you can pick them up either instantly, or what I like to do more is then go into a pinky lift, because you obviously, let's go with this angle. You have this gap and you just slid in your pinky. And then what I do to misdirect is do the same on top. Obviously I don't do anything right here, yeah? That's just for misdirection, but I do have my pinky break ready, and yeah, ready to rumble. And this is basically it. And if you get really down with this, you can, for example, stop at 3 cards. You can stop at 4 or 5 cards, not sure, 4 cards. And stop at 1 card, obviously 2, but yeah, you don't often need to do that. But yeah, stop at 2, as I said, and yeah, it's really up to you how many cards you want to count with any one of these. The thumb count, you can count them with the pinky count, but I like to do this. When I do this in most of my performances, I will just riffle through like this and get ready for my double lift. And yeah, that's basically my top 3 favorite get readies for the double lift. Also with the last one, what you can do if you want to get really fancy is you can just dribble through like this, and basically what you then do is you stop at the card. So because this is like, it's like the same motion. All right, dribble through and stop at the card that you like. All right, because you know, well, this is for example the 2nd card from top, and you can just stop at it. which does look really cool in some performances when you just go through like this and this is your card, all right? Because you have it in, you can feel how many cards there are. But this is really quite some advanced stuff, and yeah, just practice basically doing this over and over again until you can perform it clean in a magic trick. Yeah, and that's basically the third and final get ready for the pinky break of today's video. And this was it, my top 3 get readies for pinky breaks to then go into a double lift. The next video on this channel is going to go about the double lifts and how to perform this. So yeah, it's basically a 2-parted video. And if you want to see that as well and know how to perform a double lift and how to use it in your performances, in your routines, then make sure to subscribe this so you don't miss out on any new videos. And yeah, also make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, dislike if you hated that. And for now, I can only say good night, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, if you're still here wondering what double lift even means, a double lift is a way in card magic to turn over 2 cards as one, and I will talk about the turnover part in my next video, so make sure to check it out. And yeah, have a nice day. Thanks for watching.